All right, today we are going to quickly go over classifying triangles. You need to follow along with your notes. You classify triangles by side. So if I classify by side, either it is an equilateral triangle, which all three sides are equal, an isosceles triangle, two sides are equal, or a scalene triangle with no equal sides. And then you classify by angle. You have your acute triangle, where all three angle measures are acute. The right triangle, where one of the angle measures is 90 degrees, and obtuse triangle, where one of the measures is an obtuse angle. All right, so we're going to jump right into the examples. If you look at the very top, they want you to classify each triangle by its angle measure. Okay, so if you look at the angle measures, you have a 20-degree angle, a 70-degree angle. Yes, both of those are acute angles, but you also have a 90-degree angle. So this first triangle, if we classify by angle measure, this is a right triangle. Right triangle. All right, look at the next one. I have a 36-degree angle, 108-degree, 36-degree. If you look here, you have the one obtuse angle. So this is an obtuse triangle. It's very simple, I know. Like I said, it's going to be a quick lesson. All right, here I have three acute angles. Therefore, these would be, since all the angles are acute, you have an acute triangle. All right, next we're going to classify by side. So if you look at the side on this triangle, you have a 5.1 and two 3.6s. If you notice, the 3.6s, of course, are congruent. So you have a triangle with two congruent sides. So if both sides are congruent, it is an isosceles triangle. All right, here, all three sides are 7.9. So all three sides are congruent. So it is an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. Be sure to pause if y'all need to. Pause and try to answer them on your own. All right, last, you have a triangle. You have one side is 4, one side is 6, and the other side is 8.7. So none of the sides are congruent. Therefore, you have a scalene triangle. All right, triangle sum theorem. We have already covered this theorem, so I won't stay on here long. Just know that the triangle sum theorem states that the three angles of a triangle, angle 1, angle 2, and angle 3, they add up to equal 180 degrees. So you're going to say that the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3 equals 180 degrees. Too easy, okay? All three angles add up to equal 180. On this first one, again, pause, solve on your own, come back, check your answer. All right, we have to find the missing angle. Here, you're just going to subtract. I know that this angle, 69, plus 54, plus this missing angle equals 180 degrees. When you do the math, you should have gotten 180 minus 69 minus 54, 57 degrees. So this should be 57 degrees. All right, here, three angles still add up to equal 180. Before we move on, I need you guys to write this down. It is very important. Pause and write down that the acute angles of a right triangle will always be complementary. So what that means is this angle plus this angle should add up to equal 90, right? Because all three of these have to add up to equal 180. So 90 plus what is 180? 90. Okay? So the acute angles of a right triangle are complementary. But let's work it the way that we just, the way I just covered on the last screen. 30 plus 4 plus 14x plus 90 equals 180. The angles of a triangle add up to equal 180. 30 plus 4 plus 90 is 124. Oops, my pen. Plus 14x equals 180. We can't get away from the algebra. You have to know how to solve for x. If you need any help with that, please contact me. So we have 180 minus 124, that's 56. So I have 14x equals 56. And when I divide both sides by 14 to get x by itself, x equals 4. All right, on the next slide, I won't say, I guess so, it is a little more complex, but the same rules apply. All the angles of a triangle add up to equal 180. So if you look, I don't have enough information to fill in these angle measures, but I do have enough to fill in this angle measure. Because here I know that 20 plus 115 plus this angle have to add up to equal 180 because here's a triangle. So I have 180 minus 20 minus 115. And that's 45. So I have 45 degrees here. And now I should have enough information to fill in this angle. If you pay attention, you have a straight line here. That means these three angles should add to equal 180. So 180 minus 75 minus 45. You fill in this entire figure. And that's 60. All right, so now I have enough information to fill in this missing angle because, again, here's another triangle. So this angle plus this angle plus this angle equals 180. So I know 180 minus 92 minus 60 equals 28. So I know this angle, the missing angle, is 28 degrees. All right, this is more of a complex problem, but I want to show you guys that we can't get away from anything that we've previously learned. Of course, they want us to solve for x. And here you have to use what you know. And I hope you guys automatically recognize the vertical angles. Pause and try to solve on your own before you get the answer to this problem. All right, so if this angle is x plus 60 degrees, so is this angle, right? And if this angle is 100 degrees, so is this angle. So now I have enough information to solve because I know this angle plus this angle plus this angle is 180 degrees. I think on this question it actually asks you to solve for a, so that's what we'll do. So we set up our equation, x plus 40 plus 100 plus x plus 60 equals 180. 2x, pen froze, plus 140 plus 60 is 200 equals 180. Subtract 200 from both sides. Cancels. Negative 20. Divide both sides by 2. X equals negative 10. All right, so if x equals negative 10, and I need to solve for angle A, which is here, I just plug in negative 10 for x. So I get 30. Negative 10 plus 40 is 30. So this is a 30-degree angle. The measure of angle A is 30 degrees. And you can check it, because if x is -10, that means this angle would be 50. 50 plus 30 is 180, plus 100 is 180, so yes. You would do the same thing here. Pause the video and solve for angle A. So that means you have to solve for x first, and then you solve for angle A. All right, so here you recognize your vertical angle. So if this is 6x plus 6, so it's this angle, 6x plus 6. Now, this angle, this is not a vertical angle, but you recognize the linear pair. So if this is 130 degrees, this angle is 50 degrees. So you add the three angles together, because now you see the triangle, and the triangle adds up to equal 180. All right, I had to pause for a second. Sorry, y'all. So I have 6x plus 6, so this angle, plus 18x plus 4 plus 50 equals 180. I combine like terms, and I solve for x. So I have 24x plus 54, 60 equals 180. I subtract 60 from both sides. 24x equals 120. Divide both sides by 24. And x, 120 divided by 24 is 5. All right, so then I plug it into angle A, which is here. So it's 18 times 5 plus 4. 18 times 5 is 90. And 90 plus 4 is 94. So the measure of angle A is 94 degrees. All right, next, we didn't get to take notes on the exterior angles theorem, but it's very simple. It states that the exterior angle, which is here, this is the exterior angle. Angle 4 is your exterior angle. It's equal to the sum of the remote interior angles. The remote interior angles would be angle 1 and 2, and they are not adjacent to the exterior angle. So if you look here, the exterior angles on the outside of the triangle, exterior, and the remote interior angles are not adjacent to the exterior angle. So angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 4. Now I know in your books you would see it written the other way. The measure of angle 4 is equal to the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2, but it's the same thing, okay? So this angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to angle 4. We're going to move on. All right, let's work this first problem. First of all, angle Q and angle R are remote interior angles. Angle BPQ, this angle here, the question mark is our exterior angle. So that means that 120 plus 30 is equal to that remote interior angle. So what's 120 plus 30? 150 degrees. Very simple. R plus Q equals the outside angle. All right, look at the next one. They want you to find angle C. If you look, angle D and angle C are the remote interior angles. So I know that angle D plus angle C is equal to angle QBC. I should put the measure, of course, we're dealing with actual values, so I should put the measure sign on there, sorry. All right, so the measure of angle D, 46, plus, we don't know the measure of angle C, you could do it like that, is equal to the measure of angle QBC, which is 104. And you would solve by subtracting 46 from 104, and that is 58. So this